Hi, eighth graders. If you're listening to this, you are currently sitting in the syllabus station rotation area, and we will be taking about 10 minutes to go over the syllabus. I know the first several days of school are kind of boring because that's kind of what you do, going from room to room, listening to people talk about their rules. So 10 minutes really quickly or less if I can get it done, so that we can move on to other things and have that not be the focus. Now, there are some responsibilities after I go over all of the syllabus information that you will need to take care of. So make sure that you listen carefully, make sure that you get that stuff handed in so that you get the extra credit that's available at the end of this broadcast. So first things first, welcome back to school. I know you're sitting there wondering, where did summer go, if we even really had a summer. It's August 23rd. I'm sitting here in my classroom by myself. There's not much going on here. Things are ready for you, and I'm so excited to start the school year. It's been really, really great. So all summer long, I've been planning for you, and I'm hoping that we have a great year together. So I'm excited. Okay. Very quickly, classroom rules: be prompt, be prepared, be positive, be productive, be polite. All of those things are really, really important. If there's one thing you know about me, it's that everyone belongs in the classroom. Everyone is a part of our family. Nobody makes anybody else feel badly, me included. So we got to make sure that we take care of one another so that we have a positive experience. This is your home for 90 minutes every other day, so I've decorated it as such and hope that you enjoy spending time here. Hopefully we can learn from one another. More on that in a little bit. Okay, so what do you need for class? Hopefully you have that two-pocket folder. The two-pocket folder is replacing the binder that we had in English department last year. You'll be putting your folder in your workspace. We've just found that more and more digital stuff's coming along the way, and the binder's really kind of unnecessary. Doesn't mean that you can't have one if that's really what makes you happy, or if you used one last year. It just means that we're trying to streamline things and really kind of keep the absolute mandatory things that you need to a minimum. So folder working in the workspace is very desirable. Loose leaf paper. I do have some located in the red bin next to the air printer, and you're welcome to use that if your supply has run out. But there are various supplies located around the classroom that are in case you need it kind of thing. I would appreciate it, one, if you ask me first before you borrow a pencil or an eraser or loose leaf paper. And then we'll go from there. If it's an everyday thing, that's telling me that your supply needs to be renewed, and that way you're not bugging others around you constantly for supplies and stuff as well. Obviously, pens and pencils. Your assignment planner, so important. There's lots of places where information is coming at you. It's so important to keep those things together, and particularly with now what we're going with red and white days, just the organization aspect of it. So I'm going fast because I'm going to try to keep that to a 10-minute minimum so that when you go home and your parents ask you, what'd you do for school today? You can say, yes, we went over syllabus pages and whatever and rules and whatever all day, but Mrs. Jamba was the best because she only took like 10 minutes. Okay, so grading scale, late papers there. I do round up when it hits 0.5 or higher. You can see that now that you're in 8th grade, the assignment categories and weights have changed. Test and assessment, 50% of your grade. Classwork, 30%. Participation, 20%. Lots of stuff balances. You really got to work to not pass my class, because I am working hard to make sure that you get all of those assignments turned in. You've got some pretty big shoes to fill, because last year's 8th graders, fourth quarter, 98% of them turned in 100% of their assignments. And that's because I'm looking for you to turn things in. If you don't get it done in class, which there's tons of time to, I'm looking for you in study hall. I'm available before school. I get here at 7:30 every day. So if you need a little bit of extra time, you can certainly come in and work. I'm here after school. Just check with me first, because a lot of times I'm in different meetings and things like that. But if I can make it happen, I will. So make sure you're getting things turned in, because that's where success happens. Okay, so all assignments are due and indicated by me. If they're not turned in by that time, you have a 25% late deduction. Post-correcting, that means I correct it first and then I take a quarter of that off as a deduction for a late grade. You can hand in a late or missing assignment all the way up to the close of the end of each quarter, 1 week prior to the close of each quarter. Be aware that no late assignments can be handed in after grades are cut off for the quarter. That's kind of an obvious thing. I can't go back in and put assignments in after that. The OOPS passes that you guys had last year come back. You get 1 OOPS pass per quarter that will waive a late grade. The OOPS pass can be used with a completed late assignment. That means that it's not a 0 is okay and I don't have to do it. If you want to use that OOPS pass, you actually have to do the assignment in order to waive that late fee. It's not that a 0 goes to a 100. Okay, so it just waives the late penalty because everybody has an OOPS, right? Which is the idea behind it. So that's why you see completed late assignment underlined there, to impress upon you that it's not just a freebie, you have to actually do it. And if you have everything together and you never have a late assignment, that's fabulous and wonderful. You still get 25 points of extra credit because after all, if you didn't have an OOPS and you didn't need to use it, then that OOPS pass is no good to you. So this way, it doesn't matter either way, you get a benefit if you need it. And if late and missing work develops into a chronic pattern, I do follow these steps. I do follow up with you to see how I can help you. You've probably already seen me show up at the study hall door, show up at the choir door, wherever it was where you were last year when you saw me show up. That's because I'm working really hard to make sure you get everything turned in. So if I need a conference with you because you're not getting things turned in, then that's going to happen. It just means that you're putting me on the same page with where you are, and I'm doing the same for you. I'm also going to follow up with the study hall teacher. Anything you need to do is going on that study hall list so that we're all communicating about what it is that you need to do. If I'm really not getting anywhere with you, then I'm going to call home, I'm going to email, I'm going to make that contact, but I always start with you first. I feel like a lot of those things can be corrected and easily turned in. Unless there's a real issue, big issue where I'm not getting anywhere with you, then I'm going to go the next step. Parent student teacher conference to discuss a plan of action if things are, kind of piling on top of one another and you've got lots and lots of work that you need to do. So just make sure that you're working to get everything turned in. Not every assignment's collected for a grade. Some things are just practicing assignments. You may not always know if something is a just practicing assignment or if it's being collected for a grade. I take 5 points off if you have forgotten to put your name on the paper, and any dishonest work or cheating results in zeros for all parties involved. If you are a member of National Junior Honor Society and you are involved in a cheating incident, I will follow up with advisors to make them aware of your conduct. Now, a lot of the stuff that we do is kind of work toward being collaborative. Not everything's collaborative, and if you have permission to work together, I will let you know. Otherwise, assume you do not. Okay, there's a difference between helping someone and giving them the answers, and we need to make sure that we're following that. Okay, absences, obviously the second shouldn't read letter day, but I guess I should change that to color day, right? That's an area that I just saw. Color day from your absence. So if you're gone on a Monday, red day, then your work is due on Friday's red day. Check with me if you return and you didn't request work through the office. If you're leaving for sports, you should be filling out those pre-makeups and getting those things turned in. So the next part here is a letter to your parents to let them know that they can reach me several different ways. They can call the school at 8268, stop in before or after school. They can email me at jamba@mail.glasgow.k12.mt.us. Lesson plans are available, and I just want to share something with you. If we go to the Glasgow Schools website, if we go to the school website, we go to classes and counselors, and you go down to Glasgow Middle School, and you go down to Mrs. Jamba, it will take you, if you follow the links, it will take you to my website. Ta-da! Okay, I'm kind of transparent here. Okay, so lots of stuff here. The syllabus link is here for your parents. It's also here for you. There's stuff here, vocabulary flashcards, things like that that I'm building. There's a link to my YouTube channel, lesson plans, other things like the language arts team, an area for my home-based kids, that kind of thing. So there's lots here, but you can find the link to the syllabus and the lesson plans there for you. Okay. you receive an updated grade slip every week so that you know exactly how last week's work impacted your grade. Hopefully you'll be learning how to log into that PASS system at school and at home so you can keep track of how you're doing. I'll help you along with that. Also, your signature on this syllabus. There is a paper version of the student receipt of syllabus page located in this station. It is your job to take that home and you sign the top, okay, with your signature, your class and your date. You take your parents to the link and so that they can see my syllabus. And if you need a hard copy of the syllabus so that because you don't have access to digital stuff for whatever reason, just let me know. I'll have some extra of those available so that you can take that home. You go to that link and have them read through the syllabus, bringing this hard copy paper here back signed and ready to go. And I think I gave it a September 9th, Friday, September 9th due date. If you get it back by Friday, September 9th, you get the 20 points of extra credit if your parents sign. You have to sign because we've gone through the syllabus. If you have any questions at the end of this class period, we'll open it up to any questions or anything like that if you want to know more. Okay, I'm at a little over 11 minutes, so okay, I'm close though, but did anybody else go over their syllabus in 10 minutes? I just want to know. Okay, so you know what you need to do. Have a great day.